I'm an image maker. What I try to do is make what I see, what's in front of me, like the everyday life of the human experience, but also play around with it, you know. I've always been making stuff since I was a kid. I think human beings in general, we all have our way of getting what's inside of us out. Whether it's like music, writing, we all need a sense of release. Sometimes it's not about looking for inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Living is also part of finding the ideas, conversation is another way. It's not even a thing of like where I'm looking for inspiration anymore. Because before I used to be like, I need to find some inspiration, but I'm like, now it's more so even just going to visit, you know, a relative, whether it's my grandma, or just talking with some old friends, whether it's sitting by yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's like, or even, everyday life, man.
I see.
And to put it into simple terms. My grandma she's a very spiritual person, and when I create work, I always try to look within myself. As much as like we live in a world where, you know, you observe most of the time, I'm always thinking, how can I look within? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what are some of my desires? Some of the things that are hurting me, some of the things that I'm addicted to, things holding me back. And I try to abstract that onto the canvas, you know. I think faith comes from, as much as faith is a thing itself, like when I say belief, I also think doing equates to that. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're making, it's a part of believing. The same way seeing is believing, you know what I mean? So it's like magic, you know, it's like as you're in the process of putting things together, that's like another form of the belief in action, you know, so the work is evidence of that. Because it's not only the canvas, it's also like going back to what we were saying, it's also conversation. Conversation is a work itself, you know. It stimulates the mind, you know, especially if we're talking about something of the higher, you know, something of high quality, if that makes sense. Like when I mean high quality, I mean like God level. Let me just say that, God level, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have that in us, you know what I'm saying? You know the praying mantis mating process?
Nah.
So
what does that entail?
Yeah, the female eats the male's head whilst like after mating, you know. But it's part of the process. If he's lucky to escape, then he's lucky. But
do they always escape?
majority of the time they don't escape. Like
I see.
she eats his head after the process of mating. So I'm looking at just the spiritual point of things, you know, the idea of desire, you know, like how far are you willing to go for your desires?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes our desires can actually harm us, you know.
I guess that also ties into like even the term, you're a meathead. You don't.
Yeah.
It's like you make decisions which people might think don't make any sense, but as far as the praying mantis is
meathead, the flesh.
Yeah.
And like you're just thinking with your
head.
yeah. You're thinking with your flesh. Let me just say that. You're thinking with your flesh. I'm trying my best to articulate it as I go along, you know, but as I'm making, I'm also like testing ideas. It's not like I'm making it a solid statement, you know.
Yeah.
It's all
like a capture of the thinking process.
Yeah.
The ideas.
Exactly. I'm learning a lot about myself, the ugly, the good, the bad, you know.
Yeah. What type of feeling do you have when you express yourself like that?
I'm learning that I'm human, just like, you know, everyone else. I'm also learning how to be vulnerable with other people as well as myself.
What's a recent project that's still living in your head?
I don't know if I can say it lives in my head because it's like when I do it, it's out. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
It's like these are all outlets at the end of the day. Obviously, I could go back and look at it and it could maybe think of something
for the next
or think of how to say what I want to say in a better way. But it's all out and I don't really think about it. You know, obviously there's a project that I'm working on, so I just go back and reference what I'm doing, and also try to come up with new ideas as well.
You ever feel like any pressures to go harder with each new piece, or it's like it's a complete blank slate? It's a new idea as you're going into a new piece.
I don't want to have pressure on myself when I'm making art. I want to enjoy and have fun. Whenever I feel like there's too much pressure, I just like stop and then I just sit back. Maybe I won't even paint, like I'll just do something different. Even go experience other people's work, you know what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah, because sometimes this whole thing of like pressure, like to make something, I don't think it's good, you know? I think you actually need to enjoy it. You need to have fun with it. We all have this feeling of doubt within ourselves sometimes. But we should all, when you're in the process, just go through it, you know.